Hey there, Cammy. Are you home right now? If you are, go and check your mailbox right now. I think if you go and do that, you'll be in for a really nice surprise. Wait a second. What the heck is this? Is this a wedding invitation? Did you send me a wedding invitation? Ding, ding, ding! That's right! Harold and I are going to get married. I told you that it was going to be an amazing surprise, right? Well, it certainly is an amazingly bad piece of news, that's for sure. You realize I'm just going to throw this in the garbage, don't you? Wait, what? Oh, come on. Don't you want to be there for your twin sister's wedding? You wouldn't really do something so horrible, would you? Don't you even have a single kind word for your sister finally getting engaged? What are you talking about, Tammy? Do you really think I'm going to celebrate you getting married to my ex? You know that all this does is make me angry, right? Oh no, really? I had no idea it would upset you that much. I mean, it's already been 2 years since I stole Harold from you. Are you really still that upset about it? You really need to learn to just let things go, do you know that? Even though we're twins, you and I are really nothing alike at all in some ways. You're right, I'm not like you. I would never try and steal your own boyfriend from you. I would never try and have an affair with anyone I knew who was in a relationship for that matter. And I would certainly never send a wedding invitation to the girl whose man I stole in the first place. Well, it's not like I wasn't going to send my sister an invitation to my wedding, but just think about it. Besides, we're twins. What's yours has always been mine, right? Anyways, you just need to get over yourself and come to my wedding. Who knows? You might even meet someone special there. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey there, Cammy. I guess you heard the news about Tammy and I getting married, right? So sorry things couldn't work out between the two of us, but I guess that's just the way the world works sometimes.
Are you kidding me? Now I have to deal with you too?
Well, your sister was already telling me about how you're still holding our relationship against us. I just didn't realize that you still had all those feelings for me. I just think it's funny that you're still in love with me after all this time.
You are really out of your mind if you think that I have even an ounce of feelings left for you, Harold. I mean, you really think I care at all for the man who left me for my own twin sister? I hope the two of you have a terrible life together.
I can tell that you still like me by how upset you're getting at me over this. This just proves that you still have feelings for me. Honestly, it's kind of cute. You're always cute when you're upset with me.
Excuse me? You are such a condescending jerk. Do you know that?
I don't know. I thought you'd be happy that I was with your sister. Shows that I really was always attracted to you. It's just that your sister has the better personality than you, so it was kind of just like upgrading to a better model. Like you would do with a cell phone. But your sister really does just run circles around you in the personality department. And thankfully she's just as cute as you, but with a better sense of style and fashion.
I do not want to be compared to my sister by you ever again. I mean, did you seriously just compare us both to buying a new phone? Who says stuff like that? But whatever, if you two love each other and want to get married, then far be it from me to stop you two.
I just can't get over how people who look so similar can end up so completely different, you know? I mean, your sister Tammy is pretty and accomplished and just all around a really lovely person. But you, on the other hand, well, you don't have any friends. I was your first boyfriend, and you let me get stolen away from you. You really should have seen this coming, you know.
I don't care one bit about your thoughts on what happened between us. The fact of the matter is that I wasn't even talking to my sister until she sent the wedding invitation. And if you two are going to get married, then I don't see any reason why we should be talking anymore, too. I never want to see either of you again.
Okay, fine. You don't ever have to see us again, but can you at least come to the wedding? I mean, you can think of it as a final farewell to us, so just hurry up and give us your RSVP. We already have the best seat in the house arranged for you, so you can't miss it.
Hello there. I'm terribly sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but I'm Harold's mother, Donna. I just wanted to make sure that I was speaking to Tammy's twin sister, Cammy, correct? Yes, this is Cammy, but may I ask what this might be about? Well, there's something that I wanted to talk to you about regarding your sister, and I was hoping we'd be able to meet in person to talk. Yes, I suppose we could do that, but do you mind if I ask what all of this is about? There's some things I'd like to know about your sister, if it's all right with you. For example, I was wondering if she might have done anything bad to you. Maybe something that might lead you to hold a grudge against her? I'm sorry, but I think we're going to have to start this topic all the way from the very start. What is all of this about? Oh, you're right. Where are my manners? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude and pry right out of the gate. It's just that, well, I'm just nervous about my son marrying your sister, but I didn't want to go to your parents about this, so that's why I thought to reach out to you instead. Well, I really don't know what there is to say about my sister. She's a cheery girl with lots of friends. What problem could you have with someone like that? The thing is that I got an anonymous letter in the mail, and they were warning me about having my son marry your sister. You're kidding me. Someone has been leaving you letters warning you about Tammy? That's right, and this didn't just happen once. I've gotten maybe 5 letters with similar warnings in them. 5 whole letters? I can't believe it. And you have no idea who they're from? I don't, but my curiosity is piqued and I have to know more about my future daughter-in-law. So please, if there's anything you think I should know about her, please tell me. I have to know. Well, if you're really serious about this, then okay. I can tell you some things, but some of this might come as a shock. The truth is that Tammy actually stole Harold away from me. We used to go out until my sister came along and ruined it. You mean your own twin sister stole my son away from you? I had no idea that he was even with you. Well, it's true, and all of this happened about 2 years ago. That's when Harold and I broke up. Wait a second, I'm really confused by all of this. Why in the world would your sister and my son go along with doing that? I was shocked myself. Harold and I had been together 5 years before he left me. You two had been together for 5 years? Then what was it that finally made Harold want to leave you for your sister? In fact, now that you say that, Harold told me that he had been going out with Tammy for 7 years. I asked where the two of them met, and they said it was 7 years ago at college. They told me about how they fell in love and decided early on that they wanted to get married. He even showed me pictures of the two of them from back then. Well, then it sounds to me like Harold is saying that he was with my sister while he was with me. And if he showed you pictures of him and my sister from back then, it's more likely that it was really Harold and I instead. But this doesn't make any sense. How could this be? Because we're twins. Does this really not make any sense to you? My sister is my identical twin. And you mean to tell me that you two are actually that identical? Oh, that's incredible. Well, we're only identical in looks, let me tell you that. I can't believe that Harold would pass off our photos as if they were with my sister instead. All to pretend that they were together for far longer than they really were? I don't believe it. So, they're both lying about their relationship with each other, when the fact is that 5 of the years they say they've been together for was really with you? I can't believe that my son would just trade you out for your sister like that. Well, it seems to be what's happened, and I think I might have an idea of who was leaving those letters in your mailbox. After all, they're quite proud of what they did to me and brag about it to their friends often. But I think they don't realize that a lot of their friends really aren't impressed by that at all. Anyways, Please let me take this chance to apologize for my sister's actions. Oh dear, you don't have anything to apologize for at all. If anything, I'm sorry for bringing all of this up all of a sudden. And I just feel awful now that I know what my son's been putting you through. I had no idea he was capable of being so horrible. Well, it's all over now, so I really don't mind. I don't even care that the two of them are going to be getting married. I just hope I never have to deal with them again. So please understand that if you don't see me at family events, that's why. Of course! Oh, that makes perfect sense to me. I wouldn't want to be around people that did that to me, either. In fact, I'm of half a mind to skip going to their wedding as well. But anyways, I'll have to have a little chat with my husband about all of this now that I know the truth. Thank you so much for talking to me about this, and once again, I really am sorry for my son's behavior. Oh, wow, I don't believe it. You really showed up to the wedding? Oh man, this is so sad and funny. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or crying. What are you talking about? You were the one that invited me in the first place. I'm here, and now you're acting as if I'm somewhere I don't belong? I know I invited you, but it was obviously a joke. Don't you get that? I didn't think that you'd actually show your face around here. Oh man, I just texted Harold and he said that he's cracking up. It's so funny it hurts. Oh man, this is great. Okay, well, that was really funny, but you can turn around and go home now. Excuse me? Now you want me to just leave and go back home? Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually think that we had a place saved for you, right? It was all just a prank and you walked right into it. I don't believe you. What is the matter with you? Oh, come on. Did you really think we were serious? Why in the world would we want someone like you at our wedding? The answer is we don't. So just turn around and don't come back. You two really are just horrible. Do you know that? I mean, first you steal your own sister's boyfriend, then you have the gall to invite her to your wedding, and now you turn her away when she actually shows up? I only came here as a way of saying goodbye to the two of you. Great, and now we've said it. Now why don't you run along, okay? The wedding is about to start and we don't want you ruining the atmosphere. You mean you think that anyone else is actually going to show up to this? What is that supposed to mean? I mean that I'm the only person who was invited to this wedding. Are you sure you want your only guest to go home? I can't imagine it'll be a happy wedding for you two if I did. What in the world are you talking about now? Are you even reading what you're typing? All the guests are on their way as we speak. We sent out over 200 invitations and you're saying no one is going to come? That's exactly what I'm saying. You rented out this whole space, but no one is going to come. And just what makes you so sure that you'd keep repeating that, huh? If you don't believe what I'm saying, then just look around you. But anyways, I can see where I'm not wanted. Enjoy your lonely, empty wedding! What the heck is going on here, huh? What kind of game are you trying to play here? No one has shown up, and none of my friends are here yet. I told you that nobody would be coming to your wedding already, didn't I? After all, who would want to celebrate the marriage of a couple of haters like you anyway? What do you mean? I still don't understand. Is it really that hard for you to wrap your head around? You've been bragging to everyone about how you're going to marry the man you stole from your sister. Well, everyone who knew that that was what your wedding was celebrating was disgusted by that fact. So that's why no one is going to show up to your wedding. You have no idea what you're talking about at all. Everyone laughed when we told those stories. And they all congratulated me when I told them Harold and I were getting married. Are you sure they weren't just trying to change the subject as quickly as possible? Or that they were just fed up with you two and wanted to end the conversation as soon as they could? No, that can't be right. They all said congrats. They were all happy for me. That's why I invited them all to the wedding. And have you gotten responses from anyone since then? Has anyone shown up to the wedding at all? Well, Harold and I just figured that everyone was really busy with work, and that's why no one has shown up yet. But then not answering doesn't mean that they're not going to show up to my wedding, right? Well, how's it looking over there for you right now? But, I mean, it's not just my friends who aren't here. Both our parents aren't here either. What is going on? What did you tell our parents? I didn't have to tell them anything besides what you and Harold did. Or how you lied about how long you were together to his mom. Everything that's going on there today is entirely your fault. Do you realize that? Wait a second. What do you mean, Harold's mom? Are you telling me that you went and talked to her, too? No, she came and talked to me. She has some concerns over you two getting married. She came to me asking about you, and I told her how you and Harold ended up together in the first place. You what? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you? You can't be mad at me for telling someone what you were already bragging to all your friends about. Now, if Harold's mom wanted to spread the truth to her friends and family and tell them why they shouldn't go to your wedding, that's up to her. But we sunk so much money into this wedding. We were hoping to get a bunch of money from people as gifts. What are Harold and I supposed to do? That really is none of my business, but it sounds to me like you two are getting the exact wedding that you deserve. So be happy that you two have each other and figure out what you're going to do next. Just leave me out of it and never talk to me again. I heard through the grapevine later that even those that did show up to Harold and Tammy's wedding didn't even bring gifts. Meanwhile, the wedding itself ended up costing the two of them about $30,000 that they had to put down on credit. With no real plan of how to pay it back, the two of them had to take out a big loan to afford the event. They tried asking their parents for help, but no one was willing to lend them even a cent. All their friends had cut the newlywed couple off too. They were truly alone. After that, I heard from Donna that the two of them ended up moving to a new state to try and start their lives over. After realizing they had no friends or family in their corner, even their coworkers began to whisper rumors about how they had gotten together and what had happened at their wedding. Ultimately, the two of them couldn't stand the embarrassment, so they quit their jobs, packed up their lives, and left. I have no idea what happened to the large debt they racked up, but I'm sure they're still working hard to pay it all off. That was really the last news I heard about them, though. I have no idea where they live or what they're doing for work these days, and quite frankly, I don't think I'd have it any other way. I wanted to go to their wedding because I still, for whatever reason, respected those two enough to want to say a proper goodbye, but what I got instead was so much better than anything I could have imagined. What made me so happy about this crazy episode of my life, however, was that it was through common courtesy and sympathy of others that all of this befell Harold and my sister. It gave me joy to know that people heard the way that those two talked about their relationship and that it was enough to alienate themselves from all their close friends and loved ones. I really didn't even have to lift a finger to get a revenge that I wasn't even seeking.
Hey, Lily, you never told me that your little sister was such a looker. I mean, she's just stunning. Are you two even really related? Because I would just find that really hard to believe.
Sorry, Eric, what is this all about? I don't quite get what you mean by that.
Well, today when we went to go and meet your parents to tell them about our engagement, that was my first time ever meeting your sister. But I just had no idea that she was such a pretty lady. I mean, is she working as a model or something? Because she could. Do you know if she's seeing anyone right now? Does she have a boyfriend or a husband or something?
I don't know if my sister is dating anyone, but if you must know, she is a model, yes. Although she doesn't even do that full time, just every now and then from what I've heard.
But still, that's so amazing. Next time you see her, make sure to ask her whether or not she's seeing anyone. Also, if she says that she is single, would you mind giving her my number?
Hold on a second, what? Are you really asking your fiancé for another woman's number?
Almost had you there, didn't I? You didn't really think that I was serious about that, right? But does that mean that your sister Flora is going to take over your family's hotel business then? Because if she did, I think you can bet on business booming with a looker like her running things. Oh, are your parents still expecting you to take things over?
You know what, Eric? I am so sorry that even though I am going to take over the hotel, that I guess I'm not as pretty as my sister.
Oh, come on, I was just messing around. You know that I wasn't really being serious, right? Why do you always have to take things so seriously? You get mad way too easily.
I'm not mad right now, Eric. It's just that even if you were joking, you've been saying some really mean things to me. Besides, you're the one who was so interested in taking over your family's business in the first place. That's the whole reason I quit my job and started learning the ropes of how it works.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful that you've done that and stuff. You know, I really didn't think that you would quit your job and do all this because I just asked you to. I was really surprised when you did it.
Well then, maybe you should just watch the way that you talk to me then. Besides, you know that this weekend I'm going to that special training camp for hotel management. But I can already tell that this isn't going to work unless we're both dedicated to the work.
Oh, don't worry. I'll give you all the help you need. You know that you can always count on me, right?
Look, if we actually take over the hotel, we're going to be doing that full time. We will literally be living in the hotel to be able to respond to anything that might come up. So this weekend has got to go really well.
Oh, come on. This is exactly why I married you. I know that you're a strong-willed driven woman, and if anyone is going to be able to run a hotel successfully, it's going to be you. But I promise to give you all the support that I can. You just have to say the word, okay?
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Okay then, I guess I'll see you this weekend, right? Hey there, Lily. You didn't tell me that you were engaged to the future owner of that old hotel in town. I wish you would have told me that you were just getting married for the money. You really couldn't tell just by looking at you, but you're a sneaky one, aren't you? Flora, I'm sorry, but you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. We're going to be taking over his parents' hotel business together and be running that place. It was going to be really tough, but after I finish this workshop this weekend, I'm actually going to be taking over operations. Wait, really? You're going to be running the hotel? Man, and here I was figuring out how I could get out of having to live with mom and dad, but you've already got it all figured out. Plus, this means that you're going to be making a lot of money, right? Sorry, but what do you mean by that? Well, I mean that you said you were going to be taking over operations for a whole hotel. Not to mention that you're marrying the heir to the business, so how much are you going to be bringing home? I bet you could make something like $500 a day. I mean, hotels make a lot of money, don't they? I don't think that my pay is going to be quite that crazy. Besides, even though I'll be taking over operations, it's still just on a training basis. I'm actually going to be keeping my part-time job while I'm being trained. Oh, come on, you know that you don't have to be modest for me, right? Tell me how much money you're going to make. Is it really that big of a deal? Flora, I'm really not lying to you about anything. But you're going to be marrying the heir to that hotel, right? I wonder if you're going to have to dress up like a little bellboy during your training. But your fiancé Eric is just a little older than you, right? You know, he isn't even that bad looking. I actually think he might even be my type. In fact, I think that I might just try and steal him from you. Flora, what on earth are you talking about? Come on, you know that I'm just joking, right? I would never do something like that. After all, I would hate to steal away the man who you're just marrying for his money. That wouldn't be very nice of me. Well, even if that was a joke, I didn't find it very funny, Flora. You haven't been nice to me at all during this conversation. Hey, do you think that you could introduce me to your fiancé formally sometime? Maybe the three of us could go out and grab dinner or something. Anyways, in the meantime, good luck with all your training. Hey, Eric, what is your problem? Where are you right now? You do know that we're supposed to be getting married today, don't you? So maybe you could care to explain to me just what this note is that you left saying that you're going to run off and elope with my little sister?
Oh, Lily, I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. Yeah, I'm really sorry about all this, but I think that Flora and I are just meant to be, so that's why we're running off together. Go ahead and tell everyone at the wedding venue that the whole thing is off.
I don't believe you. What on earth do you mean that you two are meant for each other? You know, I was thinking that you'd been acting suspiciously lately. But I didn't think it was because you were plotting to run away with my sister.
Yeah, but what could I do? I mean, your sister is just such a looker, and I am a man after all. Besides, when she came to me and told me that she wanted to marry me, well, how could I refuse her? It was like a dream come true or something like that, you know?
Well, you need to wake up right now and get back to reality. Because we are literally supposed to be getting married today, and I can tell you now that no good is going to come to you from this. Besides, if you and Flora run off, then what's going to happen to your parents' hotel?
This isn't my problem anymore. In fact, as long as I've lived, I've never ever wanted to take over that musty old hotel.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's true. But as my parents' only son, I had no choice but to agree to take it over. But all the time I was looking for a way out. Besides, I was never good at any kind of business stuff or managing people. All I want to do is just relax and live my life without anything to worry about.
You are just crazy. Do you know that? I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, the thing is that I never ever had the bravery to actually run from all of this. I was so ready to have to take things over. But then when I met you, I realized that I could count on you to do most of the work, and then I wasn't as worried. Until I met your sister. She approached me and asked if I wanted to run away and marry her, and the moment she asked, I knew that I was going to be able to do this.
So then you're really just going to run away and never come back? And you're just going to completely abandon your parents' legacy with a second thought?
Yep, you summed it up pretty nicely. But you can have it if you want.
You are just incredible, do you know that? You're really going to abandon your family business just to run away with my sister?
Well, let's face it. You were always much better equipped to take care of it than I was. I'm sure that my parents would be more than happy to know that it was you taking over their business instead of me. In fact, it's thanks to you and your sister that I found the bravery to run away like this. Now that I know that you'll still be here to take over the hotel, I can finally sleep well.
I can't believe that you waited until our wedding day to tell me all of this. And now you're just going to run away like this and abandon everything for Flora?
Right, well, anyways, good luck taking care of the hotel. You can do it.
In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy living a fabulous life with my wealthy new boyfriend. Wait a second, boyfriend? Is this Flora right now? That's right. I just asked Eric to pass me his phone so that we could talk. I guess I ended up stealing your rich fiancé from you after all, huh? But now that I'm with him, it's clear to me that he and I go far better together than you two do. For the last time, I wasn't marrying him for his money. And even if you steal him away from me like this, things are not going to go how you think they are. Besides, how is Eric going to be wealthy without his hotel? You still don't know anything, do you? Nothing has changed. Eric is still his parents' only son. So that means that he's the only one who's going to be there to get to take care of them when they get older. Besides, even if we do run away like this, his parents are still going to support us. What choice do they have? You really think you're going to get away with this? Of course. After all, you must know how easy his parents have made his life and how soft they are on him. They might not like what they're doing, but they aren't going to stop us. So now we're never ever going to have to work again, and we'll just get paid out every month. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Maybe we'll even go travel the world. You two really think that your lives are going to be that perfect from here on out? Aw, don't be jealous just because you'll be stuck working at the hotel. Just remember that all your hard work is going to be lining our pockets and funding our travels. You have got to be kidding me. You really think that this stupid plan of yours is going to work out? You think you could just leave the hotel for me to take care of and run off like this? This is the stupidest idea that you've ever had. Oh, just quit your whining already. You're just mad because I stole your husband and you lost. Lost? This isn't a game. This is real life. I don't care what you say. I know that I'm right. In fact, I'm so confident this will go well that I've already quit my job. And to think that Eric was almost going to marry an ugly girl like you. You are really just ridiculous. Do you know that? Oh, please. As if you can even be mad at me when you were going to marry him for his money like I am. You're just mad that I'm never going to have to work another day in my life while you'll be slaving away in that hotel. So I guess I'm not only the prettier sister, I'm also the smartest. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Have a nice life. What are you talking about? Is this your way of still being a sore loser? Oh, I'm not sore, and I'm certainly not a loser. But you should know that I'm set to inherit the hotel. If anything, I'm glad that dead weight like Eric is finally going to be gone. Dead weight? What are you talking about? Go ahead and tell him this for me. Tell him that his parents are going to leave the hotel to me, and that you two are never getting any money from them. What are you talking about? You really don't think that his parents are going to help him at all when he's their only son? You really don't know anything, do you?
Hey, Lily, what the heck is going on here, huh? What the heck did you go and say to my parents? Huh?
I'm sure that I have no idea what you're talking about at all right now, Eric.
I mean, that I just got a call from my parents. They told me that now that I've run away with Flora, they don't even consider me their son anymore. They told me that if I want to get money every month, that I would have to go out and find a job. And to think, after all I've done for them. They told me that they were never even going to send me a cent, even if I was desperate.
Well, that all makes sense to me, Eric. I mean, did you really think that you running away like this would wind up any other way?
Of course I didn't. They can't do this to me. I mean, I'm their only son. I'm the only one that they can count on. They aren't supposed to be treating me like this.
Well, yes, you were their only son and heir to their hotel. But now that you've run away and you have no interest in the business, what would your parents have to gain by sending you money? Besides, with me here to take care of things, there's really no need for you to be around at all.
But then, you're really serious? You're really going to inherit the hotel from my parents?
I'm sorry, but weren't you the one who ran off with my sister and told me I'd be better at doing that job anyways?
Well, yeah, sure, I said that, but I didn't think that would mean that my parents would just leave the hotel to you.
You mean to tell me that Flora still hasn't told you about any of this? I told you to tell her that I would be taking over the hotel and that your parents don't need you around anymore now that you ran off with her. I mean, did you really think they wouldn't care at all if you cheated on your fiancé and ran off with her sister?
Wait, hold on just a second. What do you mean they don't need me anymore?
Well, I mean, I actually really enjoyed my training. And I think that you were right. I really do have a knack for this management stuff. It really is just like you said.
But then, they're really just going to abandon me like this?
That's right. I think your mom took it the hardest, though. She admitted to always spoiling you when you were little. She blamed herself for your irresponsibility and said that you would have never had the disposition to take over the family business. Both your parents were so nervous about leaving the business in your hands. Until I came along, that is.
You have to be kidding me. That can't be happening.
Well, it is, and when you ran off with Flora, that really was the last straw for them. After you did that, you left both your parents in sheer shock. But then your mom turned around at the wedding venue, looked at me, and said this was their chance to set everything right. She said that since you were out of the picture now, that I was the clear choice to take over the hotel. Not to mention they wanted to apologize to me for what you, their idiot son, did.
So then, they're really just going to give you their life's work and give me nothing?
It sure seems that way, doesn't it?
But then, where am I supposed to get money from? How am I supposed to live?
Well, you and Flora could go and try getting jobs. How about that? Or did you two really not think that far with this little plot of yours? Either way, you two aren't my problem anymore, and I never want to hear from either of you again. I am going to sue the two of you for breaking off our engagement with your affair. And then you really will be left with nothing. After that, I took Eric and Flora to court for their affair, which resulted in the breaking off of our marriage. They begged Eric's parents to try and bail them out of this mess, but both of them refused to go along with it. In the end, Eric realized that he had nobody in his corner anymore. Even Flora, once she found out that Eric was penniless, said that she would leave him as soon as the lawsuit finished. They both ended up having to take out loans to afford to pay the legal fees, and then they went their separate ways. My family agreed to cut off Flora and never talk to her again, while Eric's parents did the same with him. In the meantime, I used the money I got from the lawsuit to concentrate on the hotel full-time by quitting my job. This is going to be my first winter here, but things have been going so well at the hotel that for the first time in decades, we are going to be completely booked out. Eric's parents say that it's all thanks to the hard work I've been putting into the hotel. I guess in some ways, I'm grateful to Eric for pushing me into a business that I never would have tried without him. Not that I'd ever tell him that.